follow along as I go through the history of why it is here in October that we celebrate this month. So if you go the Sunday jump, this is a good time, yeah, where you can be on your phone. Otherwise, when people are performing, it'd be great if you are present. But here, so cool. So you should be able to see this. Okay, go ahead and pop it up on your phone. Awesome. All right, so on October 1887, so during the Manila Acapulco Galleon trade era, the Manila Galleon landed in Morro Bay, California. Led by Spanish colonizers, the landing party included Luzon Indios, indigenous Filipinos who worked as sailors on board. Native Americans defended their home 2 days later, rightfully so, and further exploration was discontinued. By acknowledging the history of global colonization and its impact today, this marked the first Filipino landing in North America. And so this is why in October is Filipino American History Month, all starting with that. Now, thinking about how else that we were able to build and grow our numbers here, there were several waves of migration. Their first wave between 1898 and 1941 was composed mostly of pensionados or scholars sent by the American government to U.S. schools, and large numbers of laborers recruited to work on farms in Hawaii and California. Then in the 1920s, not too far from here, right here in downtown LA, there was a Filipino community there, and we were called Little Manila, and they came in response to America's agricultural industries' needs for workers. And due to restrictions on where Filipinos could live, they were limited to an impoverished section of Little Tokyo, particularly on First and Main Streets, where Filipino-owned restaurants, barbershops, inexpensive hotels, pool halls, taxi dance halls, all of that in the way that we can build community and celebrate. And then Filipino soldiers who served in the U.S. Armed Forces and their families came from 1945 until the early 60s. Professionals then were encouraged to come in the 60s and 70s during the boom years of the U.S. economy, and then the final wave came when U.S. immigration policies favored family reunification of these Filipinos, of us, already in the U.S. as immigrants or citizens. So, if anyone asks you, why is it in October, it first starts with that date, October 18, 1587, and we've been here ever since. We've been growing. We're sometimes, looked at as an invisible minority. It's like we need more representation, we need our stories to be heard and shared. Or that historic Filipinotown, what's going on there? Historic, it's just in the past. No, we are here. We are now, and we welcome all of you here today in celebration of Filipino American History Month. Yeah.